fire marshal's office is also investigating a house fire that happened in Augusta. The fire happened on Pike Street just before 3:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Officials say the fire started when a rubber supplies hose on a propane tank came in contact with a lit candle. They say the house was damaged by the fire, and authorities say the house had been vacant, but 2 people were squatting inside of the home. A caller had told authorities that they saw 3 people running from the house at the time of the fire. Officials say nobody was injured and that no charges have been filed at this time.